let's try to tell the people how to recycle right.
Well, the most common thing I find, Frank, is plastic bags.
Okay.
So the plastic bags are not recyclable. I find them just tossed in the container, or they bag the recycle with them.
Right.
And they shouldn't.
This is inside the blue lid container.
That's
correct?
right, inside the blue lid containers.
Correct.
And they should be either taken back to the grocery store or tossed in the trash.
Very good. Do you see a lot of recycling inside the containers?
I do.
Bags?
Yes,
Oh,
I come across a lot of that.
Okay, we don't want to do that. So, okay. So if you have any questions, you can always look at our website, www.northportflorida.gov/solid waste.
Welcome to the brand new Northport Podcast Network. We're so excited to introduce you to our revamped lineup of shows, created to keep you connected, informed, and inspired about everything happening in our city.
That's right. With 3 unique shows under one network, there's something for everyone.
First up is Northport Now. Madison and I will rotate hosting this fast-paced, news-driven podcast to bring you the latest city updates, event previews, and important information, all in one quick listen.
Think of it as your weekly guide to staying in the know about what's happening in Northport.
Next, we have Northport Stories. Laura and I will share heartfelt and inspiring tales from around our community, stories that showcase the people, places, and moments that make our city special.
And don't worry, Voices of Northport isn't going anywhere. I'll continue bringing you even more personal stories and interviews with residents who shaped our city.
And last but not least, Northport Living. Cody and I will also rotate hosting this show, which is all about tips, events, and lifestyle ideas to help you make the most of life right here in Northport.
Whether you're looking for family-friendly activities, ways to get involved, or helpful home and garden tips, Northport Living has you covered.
With breaking news, heartfelt stories, or practical tips, the Northport Podcast Network is your go-to source for all things Northport.
Make sure to subscribe to the Northport Podcast Network wherever you listen, and join us as we celebrate and connect with our amazing community.
Northport Now will be released bi-weekly.
Northport Stories and Living will be monthly.
A schedule will be available on social media and our website.
Hello everyone, Devon Poulos here, Aquatics Manager. Welcome to my crib. We have fun here at the crib, programs included. Become a past member, play all year long. Here at the crib, we do have rules. We take all payments here at the crib, Apple Pay, MasterCard, Visa, cash. You pay right here to enjoy the crib. So enter through the gate, child-proof, most adult-proof. Shade. What's that? Our newly installed sunshade available for rent all season long. Here at my crib, you don't have to worry about a place to find a seat. We've added more chairs than ever here at the crib. If you're coming to enjoy the cribs and you got little ones, we got the perfect area for them, our Pelican Playground. Newly painted, fresh floor, fresh palm tree. It's looking clean. Looking for a place to work your upper body? Take a shot at here at our Stingray Shuffle. Looking to relax? I got you covered here with our Lazy River. Living more on the adventurous side? Check out the slides right behind me. Newly painted, all offer something individual and unique. Check it out. Check out the main pool, kept at a wonderful 84 degrees all year long. I just want you to have a good time. We have safety covered. Lifeguards here, staff, all day, every day when we're open for you to enjoy. Concession is open. Pizza, pretzels, nachos, ice cream, we got it all. My crib is your crib. Looking forward to seeing you here.
Duty to Devon.
Duty calls.
I'm Stacy Alosio. I am the Emergency Management Coordinator for the City of Northport, and I'm going to be talking about having an evacuation plan. It's important to have an evacuation plan ahead of time, and it's very important to write it down because that way you can have it somewhere present where everybody in your family can see it and keep it fresh in their minds. And you want to also share it with people in your family or your neighbors so that they know what your plans are ahead of time and how to get a hold of you or where to look for you after a disaster. For your evacuation plans, you should have multiple routes to get to the location you're planning to go to, just because traffic-wise, traffic on 75 might be gridlocked. There could be some very good back roads to get to where you're going that could get you there more quickly without being stuck in traffic. When you're making an evacuation plan, we usually tell you 4 different things. You should stay home if you are not in a zone that's being evacuated, and if your home is built to withstand the forecasted storm. If you can't stay home and you evacuate, your next option should be to go to a friend or family's home that is outside of the evacuation area and is structurally sound to withstand the storm. Third option would be go to a hotel. They're much more comfortable than our evacuation centers. Fourth option would be to go to one of our evacuation centers. Sarasota County has 12 evacuation centers. Those can be found on their website.
I'm Stacy Alosio. I'm the emergency manager for the city of Northport, and I'm going to discuss first responders after the storm. So it may take a while for first responders to get to after the storm, and that's due to a variety of reasons. One being, we pull first responders off the roads when tropical storm force winds are sustained for their safety. That is a standard usually across the state and other states that have hurricanes as well. So we will have a backlog of calls that have come in during the storm that we will prioritize based on urgency, and they'll be responding to those, as well as the calls that are currently coming in if they're urgent as well. Also, the roads might be flooded, there might be debris in the roads. Our tactical first-in teams will be going out right away to clear the roads of any hazards so that our vehicles can get through and respond as quickly as possible. Just keep that in mind when you call after a disaster for assistance. We are coming. You are very important to us. We care about our residents and their safety, but it may just take a while for us to get to you depending on the conditions of the roads.
Hello everyone, my name is Mario Venditti. I am the planner scheduler for the City of Northport Solid Waste. I got into this position, first I was a recycle driver for 5 years for the City of Northport, and then I became the planner scheduler after taking an interest in educating the residents on how to recycle properly. In my position, my day-to-day, usually I start out by visiting the new residents that schedule garbage and recycle containers to be delivered, and I will go see them and educate them on our solid waste guidelines. More or less, I'm more focused on the recycle part of it. After that, I will drive around the city and I actually inspect recycle containers manually for contamination. And then I will take calls from drivers if there's any issues with repeat garbage in the recycle, and I will go educate those people as well. What I love most about the City of Northport is their residents are from all over the world, and I get to learn about the solid waste guidelines, where they come from, as well as educate them on the City of Northport solid waste guidelines and how to recycle properly.
I decided to become a firefighter. I used to work in hospitality and group sales, and I had always had friends that were firefighters, and I decided one day that I wanted to change my job and serve people. So I went ahead and went through an EMT and paramedic program, went to fire academy, and then I saw Northport were hiring, and I really liked what they had on there between their ISO rating and their beliefs and values and everything. So I applied. They gave me an opportunity. Every day is different, but for the most part, we start off the same. We'll get our gear onto the apparatus and make sure everything's operational, like our air pack. And then we also check the inventory, make sure we have all our medical equipment, everything's operational. That way we can respond to any emergency. So we're always stocked and ready to go. I think the best part is that everyone's passionate about their job. So they come to work and they're ready to train and take care of each other and teach each other. So everyone's sharp and on their A game. So it makes the job fun, and I just look forward to coming to work. Yeah.
I'm Stacy Losio. I'm the Emergency Management Coordinator for the City of Northport, and I'm going to tell you the difference between flood zones and evacuation zones. Or in Sarasota County, we call them evacuation levels. So flood zones were generated by FEMA, and they're used to determine the likelihood that you will flood, and they're used to determine if you need flood insurance, if you have a mortgage on your home. Now, the evacuation zones are based on storm surge data that comes from the National Hurricane Center, and they use topography as well as hurricane vulnerability for storm surge for the area. And we use those to determine who needs to evacuate during a storm. So it's important to understand that there is a difference. If you're interested in finding out what evacuation zone you are in, which we highly recommend you do, you can use your search engine of choice and type in Sarasota County Know Your Level, and that'll take you to the Sarasota County government website.
Frank Lamas, Always Manager, City of Northport. Here today with Mario Venditti, Planner Scheduler for the City of Northport, Solid Waste Division. We're going to talk about bulk pickups today, how to schedule bulk pickups, what should go out and what should not go out to the curb, where to place the items, and then what happens if you have more than what's allotted for you for the year for a bulk pickup. So Mario, I know we call 941-240-8050, talk to our customer service reps.
That's correct.
About how to schedule a bulk pickup. How else can we do that?
You can also go on our website, northportfl.gov, click on solid waste, and fill out a bulk request form.
Excellent, excellent. So Mario, what about if a person wants to place it out, what should they place out? What's the right thing, what's the wrong thing?
Basically, Frank, anything that doesn't fit in the container that's garbage is going to go curbside. We're going to stay off driveways. What's not accepted is tires, chemicals, stuff like that. You can put yard waste out, that's considered bulk, but just make sure it's separate from the garbage pile. Okay. Yard waste is a separate pickup.
So what happens if I use all my bulk pickups already?
Good question. So you can have more, but you just have to pay. It's going to be $16.50 a cubic yard, and that's length times width times height divided by 27 is 1 cubic yard.
Any questions? Of course, let us know. Give us a call, 941-240-8050.
Water in a swale, that's kind of the ditch by your house, is not flooding. After a storm event, water should be in that swale up to 72 hours after the storm. That allows the water to be filtered, to get the stuff that came off our roofs and off the road out of the water so that when it reaches the habitat, it no longer has those contaminants in it. It also provides an opportunity to slow down water so that the water doesn't go so fast that it erodes the roadways or any other infrastructure. So when you see water in a swale, if it's only been, up to 72 hours since the last rain, That is not flooding, that is doing its job.
I'm Stacy Losio. I'm the emergency manager for the city of Northport, and today we're going to discuss storm surge and flooding and how both of those affect Northport during a hurricane. So storm surge is when strong, sustained winds are constantly blowing over a long period of time over the Gulf and pushing water up onto shore. So when that happens, there is a lot of flooding and beach erosion along the beaches and the homes inland. However, the storm surge can also push water up the river. So it could push storm surge up the Myakka River, for instance, from the Gulf, and then the water coming downstream from the river has nowhere to go. So that can cause water to back up along the rivers and cause flooding. That, along with a lot of rain that comes from these hurricanes, can also cause an increase of water flooding into the rivers and into our water management systems, causing flooding as well. Public Works does a lot of work before the storm to make sure that our water levels are as low as possible so we can handle additional storm surge and flooding in our water systems. If you want additional information about that, we have a great video about our water control structures, and you can visit the Public Works website.
Hello everyone, my name is Devon Poulis. I'm the aquatics manager within our Parks and Recreation department. We're here today at the Northport Aquatic Center just to talk to everyone about our Float for Life program. We recognize that nationally, unintentional drowning is the leading cause of death for children that are under the age of 4. So we have an awesome program here called Float for Life. Float for Life is a program that we teach that starts with the fundamentals of floating before we actually learn swimming. This program is targeted for those children at ages 6 months to 4, and what we want them to do is we want them to get comfortable in the water, and if they accidentally fall in the water or find themselves in a trouble situation, they can roll over their back and float. When we launched this program, we were the only one in the state that was actually teaching this milestone program. So I want to give a shout out to our Northport Rotary as well, who sponsored this program here at the Aquatic Center and actually paid for a trainer to come in all the way from Nebraska, where this program originates there. We practice and we go through what's called milestones here. So as soon as the kids progress through the milestones, we can continue moving on through them. And at the end of it, it's a pretty awesome program when they graduate. It's one of the final things that they do is they jump in fully clothed, and they have to turn over, roll over on their back, and actually be able to scream for help at that point in time. It's just an awesome segment program that leads right into our Learn to Swim program, so that way we can make sure we're keeping our kids safe in, on, and around the water.
Oh, you're swimming in the pool?
I'm Stacey Locio. I'm the Emergency Management Coordinator for the City of Northport, and we're going to talk about why it's important to have a go kit and what should go inside of it. It's important to have a go bag because if you wait last minute to pack, there are definitely going to be items that you're going to forget in the scramble to get everything put together. So it's important to have your documents such as IDs, insurance paperwork, titles for your home and your vehicles and your boats, just so that if your home does flood or your roof blows off, all those documents are with you and they're safe, because you don't want to end up losing those and having to try to replace those later on. Also in your go bag, you should think about what medications you might need to have ahead of time. If we're under a state of emergency, you are able to refill your prescriptions ahead of time, even if they're not due yet. So it's important to do that. Also in your go bags, you should have non-perishable food, flashlight, batteries, a radio that is battery powered and extra batteries. Should all power go out, we will be able to broadcast on 97.5 FM, any emergency information. So be sure to have your battery powered radio ready and tuned in to 97.5.
Believe that the Natural Resources Department will be an integral part for the city's growth, as we want to achieve a more balanced approach of development in the future.
What we really want to do is see sensible development, sustainable development, and development that is in line with what we already have here. So we want to preserve as much as we can of the natural resources, so there is still place for our natural species, our migrating birds, and all the other species that live and survive in our habitat.
Natural systems are a big part of the ways ecosystems function, an important part.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd. It's 4 p.m. We're in City Chambers, and I call the Road and Drainage District Governing Body meeting to order. Commissioners present, Commissioners Duval, Commissioner Langdon, Mayor Stokes, Vice Mayor Emmerich, and Commissioner Petro is here, but stepped away from the dais. He should be back. We do have a quorum for this meeting. Also present, City Manager Fletcher, Interim City Attorney Golan, City Clerk Faust, Fire Chief Titus, and Captain King. Captain King, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So, second.
Got a motion by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Commissioner Langdon to approve the agenda. Let's go ahead and vote. And that passes passes 4-0. City Clerk, any general public comments?
There is none.
Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. City Manager, any items been pulled?
No, sir, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Any public comment?
There is none.
And then I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make it. I move to approve the items in the consent agenda as presented.
Second. Got a motion by Commissioner Langdon, seconded by the Vice Mayor, to approve the consent agenda. If there's nothing more to it, let us vote. And that passes 4-0. Moving on to resolutions. City Clerk, be kind enough to read by title only, 2025-R-40.
Resolution number 2025-R-40, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Northport, Florida, as the governing body of the Northport Road and Drainage District, approving and authorizing the mayor to execute the State of Florida Department of Transportation State Highway Lighting, Maintenance, and Compensation Agreement work order for all street lights 352 located on U.S. Highway 41 for fiscal year 2025-2026, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing an effective date.
Thank you very much. City Manager, your item.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The State of Florida Department of Transportation, or FDOT, provides an annual lump sum payment to the City of Northport for the maintenance of streetlights on US 41 within the city. The annual lump sum payment is intended to cover the city's costs associated with routine maintenance, repairs, and energy consumption for the 352 designated streetlights along the highway. This includes tasks such as bulb replacements, fixture repairs, pole inspections, and coordination with utility providers. We ask that you take the action of accepting option 1 and approving resolution number 2025-R40 today as presented. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioners, anything to this? Commissioner Langdon?
Yeah, I have a quick question. City Manager, does the lump sum cover our actual costs of maintaining those lights?
I'll have Mr. Speed come down and give us an answer on that. Thank you, sir.
Chuck Speak, Public Works Director. Yes, it does. I think in the staff summary, it goes over some of our expenses for the precinct. I don't have that one with me. Let me see. Some of our expenses for previous years. Right, so our expenditures in 25, 26 are estimated to be $35,000.
Sometimes I just like to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, I will be glad to see it.
Thank you for that. I'm all set, Mayor.
Great, very good. Commissioner Duval.
Thank you, Mayor. Actually, I could have answered that question, but I have a kind of a follow-up question on that. When I read the background material, it said that our estimated expenditures for the last 2 years were also $35,000. We estimate what we spent, is just the estimate $35,000 for this year, and the estimation was $35,000 for the last 2 years also. Is that how much we actually spent? Somewhere.
So it's a mix between staff time and materials, and most of that lighting is fairly new. So most of that expenditure would be for damage that FDOT doesn't handle, like hurricane damage. They'll take care of that. But if a car hits a pole or something like that, we'll address that. We replace the heads on those. I can tell you we spent a lot on wiring, because the wiring is the weak point in those. So it's an estimate, and I see that it says 35,000, and I think that was a typo now, because the numbers in previous years were a little lower than that, if I can recall correctly.
Also, where does the rest of that the 122 go? Does that just go to the general fund, or does that stay in the?
No, that stays in the Road and Drainage District, and we use that to address street lights and traffic signals throughout the city. So that's where we focus that one.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. If there's nothing more, any public comment on this item?
There is none.
Then I'm going to close this public hearing, request a motion.
I'll make it. I move to adopt resolution number 2025-R-40 as presented.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Langdon, seconded by Commissioner Duval, to adopt resolution number 2025-R-40 as presented. Let's vote. And that passes 5-0. Moving on to resolution number 2025-R-49. City Clerk, if you'd be kind enough to read by title only.
Resolution number 2025-R-49, a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Northport, Florida, as the governing body of the Northport Road and Drainage District, authorizing the purchase of real property located on East Price Boulevard, described as parcel identification number 115-248-0040, incorporating recitals, providing for filing of documents, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and providing an effective date.
Thank you very much. City Manager, your item.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Department of Public Works is seeking to purchase property located at East Price Boulevard, parcel ID number 115-248-0040, currently owned by Adelaide Realty Company. This parcel contains a portion of retention ditch R-558, and the acquisition of this parcel will provide access for future maintenance and rehab of R-558 to ensure the city's stormwater system performs as designed. An appraisal was completed in April for the value of $14,800, and an agreement has been reached by the seller to sell the property to the city, Northport Road and Drainage District, for $13,550. We ask that you approve resolution number 2025-R49 as presented. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, anything to this item? Seeing nothing.
I'll just make a quick comment, sir, if I
Sure.
may. I just want to thank that property owner for accepting an amount less than the appraised value. We don't see that very often, so thank you.
Okay. Any public comment?
There is none.
Then I'm closing this public hearing, request a motion.
I'll make that. I move to adopt resolution number 2025-R-49 as presented.
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Duval, seconded by Commissioner Langdon to adopt resolution 2025-R-49 as presented. If there's nothing more to that, let's vote. And that passes 5-0. Do we have any general public comment?
There is none.
Then it is 4:09, and I'm adjourning this meeting.
Community, our listed species, they stabilize the soil, they provide so many different
Afternoon again. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. It is 4:09 p.m. We're in City Chambers, and I call the Solid Waste District Governing Body meeting to order. Commissioners present, Commissioner Duval, Commissioner Langdon, Mayor Stokes, Vice Mayor Emmerich, and Commissioner Petro. It's a quorum present for this meeting. Also present, City Manager Fletcher, Interim City Attorney Golan, City Clerk Faust, Police Chief Captain King, and Fire Chief Titus. Looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Got a motion by Commissioner Langdon, seconded by the Vice Mayor to approve the agenda. Let's vote. And that passes 5-0. City Clerk, any general public comment? All righty, moving on to the consent agenda. City Manager, any items been pulled?
No, sir, Mr. Mayor.
All right, any public comment? And then I'm looking for a motion. Okay.
Move to approve the items in the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Commissioner Langdon to approve the items in the consent agenda. Let's vote. That passes 5-0. With that, seeing no other business, any other general public comment? Then it's 4:11 p.m. and I'll adjourn this meeting. We reconvene at 6 o'clock.
limiting the heat island effect within our city, providing habitat, providing shelter for these species, and just also for our aesthetic enjoyment.
Well, as an arborist,